Hi, everyone. Welcome to my living room. I think it's always kind of awesome that we can live in a time that I can be in my living room and you're in yours. And, I know a lot of you that are local and we can't have in-person class tonight. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a 30-minute we're live, so it might be a little bit longer, 30-minute chill power class. So this is the winter season. It is really inviting us all to slow down and breathe and stretch a little bit more. Hopefully you can hear me too. Please let me know, put in the comments if you can hear me okay. This is a new microphone, so when I get a little bit further away from the camera, please just let me know. And by the way, also comment with your word. So for those of you who are in my class and you're all working on your words, we're still in the first month of the new year. I'd like for you all to just comment with your word and maybe your why if you're so inspired. And that will help to just affirm it. And, we're all part of each other's stretch team, which means that we hold each other accountable to our words. And that will really help us make it effective throughout the year. Can you hear me okay? I can't even see without glasses. Okay, before we start, we're going to start in a minute. But I wanted to just share with you a quick little story that just happened yesterday. So many of you who follow me on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, you have met Petey. He was a dog that I walked at the shelter. I volunteer dog walk at a shelter, and some of the dog walkers are hopefully going to join us tonight. You guys all need to stretch too. And so I was walking him to the shelter, and I just felt compelled for Christmas to bring him home and give him a little, foster house for Christmas time. And so yesterday was my husband and I, obviously it was a snowstorm here. It was kind of like a blizzard yesterday. And it was also our 34th wedding anniversary. And he comes down in the morning, and we don't exchange, maybe this will resonate with some of you. We don't really exchange gifts at this point anymore. And he comes down in the morning, you guys, and he's holding Petey, and he holds him and he's like, I have a gift for you. And he's like, let's adopt this guy. So he is officially Petey Dubs at this point. So please welcome Petey. This is his first yoga class live tonight. He's so much fun. We adore him. And as the saying goes, the best gifts in life are free, right? And you can't change the world. This is one of my favorites that I live by. You can't change the world, but for one dog, the world is forever changed. So here he is, Petey, and the rest of the dogs are here too. Louie's over here on the other side. Petey, I'll put you back in your little nest. Because we're live, anything can happen at any time. The dogs are probably going to start to play or whatever. So I did try to get them out a little bit, but it's a little cold today, so we didn't get out too much. Before we start, let me remind you that I can't see you, and it's really important that you honor, protect, and listen to your body. So just modify however feels good for you. If something's not feeling quite right, please just take a rest and you do you, okay? Your body is always communicating with you, and it's just the only way that it can tell you how sensation, good or bad. Like, do more of this and less of that. So just please listen to your body and modify as you need to, although it'll be a very gentle practice. If you have a yoga mat, that's great. But if you don't use it as an excuse. I say that a lot. We are warriors, no excuses. And please grab a few pillows from your couch. I have 3 pillows myself, but just grab a few pillows from your couch or from your bed is fine too. I have a smaller one myself because this is going to go under your head for one of the poses. And then the two, I'll show you in a little while. But grab a few pillows, just have them close by and have a seat. And you might want some layers too. Like I currently have socks on, you might peel them off at some point, but you can sit on top of your pillows. This is a great prop. For those of us who have tight hips or maybe a tight low back, it's great to have pillows underneath you so that you get a little bit more space for your hips. I want you to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And please turn your palms to face up and just bring your thumb and your index finger together to touch. Draw your elbows a little back so you feel your heart lifting. Maybe close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. And please just take a deep, calm, cleansing breath in through your nose. Sit up a little taller. Feel the breath come into your belly, your ribs, into your collarbone, and all the way up to your heart. So your heart really lifts and receives some good positive energy that we all need. And then as you exhale, please relax, release tension, let go, and really ground yourself through your sitting bones. And just do that a few more times at your own perfect pace, trying to take a deep, full diaphragmatic breath in through the nose all the way up to the heart. And for those of you who are regulars with me in class and you can kind of go through the chakras a little bit, do that so you know you have good alignment both in your mind and your body. And for those of you who did choose a word for this year, please just take a moment to reflect on that. And if you haven't, it's okay. I think peace or unity might be a good word to choose if you haven't already chosen one. So you're just taking a moment to settle in, breathe together. Even though we're apart, we are together. And slow down and invite this peace and this calm and this feeling of groundedness. Let's take one more deep breath in and out through the nose together. And as you exhale, really feel that sense of peace wash over the body. So we're just taking a little pause from our busy day and practicing some self-care that we all need to invite that sense of peace into our lives. Go ahead and bring your hands together in prayer at your heart center space and just bow your chin to your chest, grateful for yourself for showing up tonight and investing in your greatest asset, which is your health, your peace, your well-being. And then release your hands and you can move your pillows just off of your mat and out of your way. You can keep your socks on for now if you want to. So your pillows are just off your mat and you're gonna just sit your hips back onto your heels in a child's pose. So for now, your hands are gonna be out in front of you. Your forehead is gonna release to the mat and your hips are gonna draw backwards towards your heels. If your head isn't quite touching the mat, you are welcome to grab a pillow and put that down. And you can also have your hands on top of that pillow and rest your forehead onto your hands so you have a little space to breathe. Okay, please take 3 deep breaths there. And in your mind, this is a very grounding pose. In your mind, I just want you to repeat, I am grounded, I am safe, all is well. So just stay in that child's pose and repeat that to yourself. I am grounded, I am safe, all is well. On your next inhale, you can go up to your hands and your knees. You're going to align your hands right underneath your shoulders. Your knees will be right underneath your hips. And we're going to move from cat to cow. And the answer is, well, you're wondering if this is, yes, this is what they do all day. So I have nothing to do with that. That's just what they do. So, which is part of why PD is permanently here. All right, so please align your wrist to your elbow to your shoulder. So there's a straight line of energy. Spread your fingertips out wide. Really feel grounded through your hands. Check that your knees are hip distance apart. If you need a little extra padding underneath your knees, just roll under your mat and get a little extra padding if you need it. So we're just going to move from cat to cow. So I want you to lift your tailbone, drop your rib cage. Imagine you're lifting your heart and you're looking up and away towards the ceiling, dropping your rib cage to the floor. So you're arching your spine. As you exhale, really feel your hands ground down into the mat. Draw your chin to your chest, hollow the belly. Really push the floor away and get that great stretch. If you've been shoveling a lot, this stretch probably feels really good for you. All right, we're going to move a few times for that. So you're going to inhale to open the heart, lift the tailbone, drop the rib cage, melt the shoulders. Exhale, push through the palms, round the tailbone under, push your spine up to the ceiling and draw your chin to your chest. That's your exhalation. Let's try to connect movement with breathing. That sends a calming message to your parasympathetic nervous system, which allows you to slow down and feel calm and grounded. So just continue to move at your own pace, please. So just flex and extend, connecting breath with movement. And let's do that 2 more times. Really just move and breathe, stretch. You can stay in that cat stretch, that rounded stretch a little longer if that's really feeling good for you. Again, if you were shoveling a lot, probably the case. Okay. And then from there, we're going to sit back into child's pose again. So you're going to extend your hands forward and melt your tailbone back towards your heels, soften your head down between your shoulders. And by the way, anytime that you just need a rest from anything that we're doing, you can always just come back to child's pose. On your next inhale, I want you to go ahead and shift forward into your hands. So the weight of your body's in your hands. I want you to open through your heart and pull your belly button in and up to your spine so your core feels engaged and strong. You're going to keep your knees on the mat tonight, so we're not going to straighten the knees. Unless, of course, you want to. You do you. You can do a straight leg version if you want to. As you exhale, go ahead and softly release to the mat. I want you to pull your shoulders back from your ears, hug your elbows into your rib cage and down to your hips. And then if your back is feeling tight, you can stay lower with this, but I want you to just back bend up into a little cobra. Open your heart, pull your shoulders down, and then as you exhale, hinge your tailbone back towards your heels in a child's pose. And we're just going to do that a few more times just to open up the spine. So you inhale to come forward to your modified plank, that just be bent knees. You lower all the way down, takes a little arm strength, a little control, releasing down on your exhale. Inhale to open up into your cobra. Pause there, really hug those elbows in, lift through the heart, receive that good energy. So we are both receivers and transmitters of love and compassion. So really open through that heart center as you back bend. And then hips back to heels, child's pose. And you'll feel your back start to opening up as we go through this one more time. So inhale, come forward to your hands and your knees. Exhale, bend your elbows, release your chest to the mat. Inhale to open up, pointing your toes, lifting through your heart. Big breath in. Exhale, hips back to heels, forehead down to the mat, and release into child's pose. Beautiful. Now, so from here, we're going to go ahead and come up into our first downward dog. So if you do still have your socks on, and I do, my wool socks, go ahead and take those off. You're going to want to keep them close by because we're going to use them again pretty soon for our Shavasana and a few special poses, okay? Coming into downward dog. So your hands need to be a little bit out in front of your shoulders now. You're going to shift your weight into your hands, curl your toes, and lift your hips up to the ceiling in a downward facing dog. Now, if your hamstrings and your calves are really tight, your heels are not going to touch the mat, and that is okay. I want you to go ahead and bend your right knee and drop your left heel to the mat. Get that good stretch through the calf and the ankle. And then bend the left knee and drop your right heel down. You'll feel that great stretch. So just continue to pedal out right and left. If you run a lot or you walk dogs a lot, like I do, you're feeling that calf stretch. So it's really great to just stretch it out. Again, slowly pedal right and left. We're not in a hurry here. We're giving ourselves space and permission to slow down. One more time right, one more time left. Beautiful. Go ahead and release down onto your knees again. And this time, just to give the arms a little rest, we're going to bring the hands back towards the feet in a restorative child's pose. So you're dropping your forehead down to the mat. Your hands are back towards your feet. You're softly relaxing your elbows and your shoulders and really relaxing in a restorative child's pose. As you take a deep breath in, I want you to imagine that you're breathing positive energy into your low back, into the space between your ribs, into your spine. And as you exhale, you're dropping any negativity, you're releasing tension, you're letting go of all of the stuff that doesn't serve you. You're just kind of releasing that and softly folding inward. That's the winter season, that's the yin. We need more of that, especially in winter, but really all the time. Beautiful. You can go ahead and come up from there. We're going to do a pose called gate pose next. So you can come up to a kneeling position. Again, if you need a little extra padding underneath your knees, you can just roll your mat up and get a little extra padding underneath your knees. These people. Your right foot's going to step off the right side of your mat. So it's actually going to be onto the floor. Your toes, let me pivot over just a little bit. Your toes are going to be turned straight forward. If you can't see that. So your toes are turned forward, so your foot is flat. Your left hand is going to reach up to the ceiling and you're going to slide up and over. So you're getting a great stretch to the side waist, your hands on the outside of your knee. You're lengthening and breathing and opening up. Good side stretch. I love this stretch. And on your next inhale, you're going to go ahead and come up from here and you're going to place your hand right underneath the shoulder on the floor and your right foot's going to lift up from the floor. Let me pivot this way. I should have thought this out a little bit better. Maybe this will be a better view. Okay, so we're gonna be in a modified side plank, basically. I want you to take your right hand and reach it straight forward, point to your right toes, and then go ahead and reach back and grab the top, if you can, the top of your right foot in your right hand. So you're getting a great quad stretch here and a chest and a shoulder opener. If you can take 3 deep breaths in and out through your nose, again, just to send that calming message to your central nervous system. You are using your core here to help stabilize you. Take one more very deep breath in. And then go ahead and release from that, and you can come back to your hands and your knees and come into child's pose. So just rest there for a second. And again, if any of these poses feel a little bit too much for you, you can just rest in child's pose or do a few more cat-cows until we get to the next movement. Okay? Go ahead and come up from there. Let's get the same thing on the other side. So the left foot's going to step out and your toes are turned straight forward. Your right hand's going to reach straight up, really reach to the ceiling, and then stretch over to the side. So you're getting a side waist stretch and a little bit of groin, inner thigh stretch here as well. Take a big breath in through your nose. And then go ahead and come back. Now your right hand's going to come down to the floor. You can go straight to the side like this. I'm just going to pivot this way so it's a little bit easier to see. So you're basically in a modified side plank with your right knee on the floor. Your right hand is under your right shoulder. Just check your alignment. Your left foot's going to float up from the floor. And then you're going to bend your left knee and see if you can find your left foot with your left hand. So we're getting a nice chest and shoulder opener on the left side and a quad stretch. Of course, you're still stabilizing with your core and breathing in and out through your nose. So one more very deep breath. And again, we're just taking time to slow down, holding space, breathing and stretching together. Go ahead and gently release from that and come back to center. Beautiful. Now move around maybe a few more cat-cows just for a second, and then we're going to do thread the needle stretch. So this is especially for those of you who have been shoveling, but most of us carry tension in the upper middle back. It's a valley of knots for a lot of us right behind the scapula. So this is for that area. You're going to take your right arm and you're going to release it and reach it out to the side or upward to the ceiling if you have more range. And then your right arm is going to go underneath your left arm so that the right side of your face will be on the floor. So your left hand's right in front of your face for now. And I want you to just gently push with your left hand so that you're leaning back into your right shoulder. And you probably feel that stretch right behind your right shoulder blade. Please send the healing energy of your breathing all the way up into that tight place right behind the right shoulder. Beautiful. So good stretch for that upper middle back. To come out of it, you're going to push with your left hand, come all the way back up. You can feel free to reach that hand out and up to the sky again if that feels good for you. And then release it back underneath the right shoulder. And let's get the left side. So drawing the left arm out and up, we inhale. And then you exhale, left arm goes underneath the right so that the left side of the face is on the mat, like your left ear. Your right hand's right in front of your eyes, and you're just going to gently push with your right hand. So you're leaning back a little bit more into that left shoulder blade, and you feel that openness, and then you send the power of the breath, the healing energy of your breathing all the way up the length of your spine to that tight area right behind your left shoulder blade. Take one more big breath in. You can certainly repeat any of these stretches that feel really good to you. And this recording will be available to repeat anytime you want to as well. So you can push through that right hand, come all the way back up, reach that arm out and up to the ceiling if you want, and then draw it back under the shoulder. And again, feel free to just move around with your spine a little bit just to loosen that all up. Beautiful. Okay, from here, you're going to need your pillows. So, and I'm going to need the spot right on the couch where they are because we're going to do legs up the couch or legs up the wall pose. And I might have to kick these guys a little bit. I would hate to move them, but it might have to happen. We'll see. All right, please take, if you have, this is gonna need to be modified for you. So, follow along the best you can and modify accordingly. But your pillows are gonna go behind, like right at your sacrum low back. And then if you have that other little pillow, it's gonna be behind your head, if that makes sense. Let me scooch my stuff out of the way so hopefully you can see me. And then your knees are gonna be out to the side, just like this. It's reclined butterfly. So your head will be on the pillow behind you, and then your arms are gonna drop out to the side. Oh my goodness, this is such a wonderful pose to do. It's a supported heart opener. Again, just an opportunity to slow down. So much of what we do, including shoveling, rounds our spine and hunches us forward. Driving, gardening, shoveling, walking, really anything, just rounds the posture. So this is opening up the posture, opening up the front line of the body, opening up the heart chakra for those of you who are following along with the chakra series. So the heart chakra is the home of love and compassion. And we are both transmitters and receivers of love and compassion, if we choose to, which I hope you all do. But we have to receive it first. And so that's what this pose is all about. So you're just taking a moment. You have permission. There's nothing else you need to do right now in this moment except slow down, breathe, and receive positive energy into your heart. With your next breath, please fill your lungs as completely as you can. Really open up through every cell. And as you exhale, softly release, relax, letting go of the tension with the out breath. Now, if that feels really amazing for you and you want to stay there a little longer, this is your practice. Otherwise, you can, probably the best way to get out of it is you roll to one side and you support yourself up to sitting, but get out however feels good for you. And then the next pose is legs up the couch. So for those of you, if you're in your living room as I am, and you have a couch, this is going to work great. For those of you who do legs up the wall pose and you'd rather, I can't demonstrate it here. I don't really have a wall space available to me here, but you're welcome to just scooch to a wall and put your legs straight up the wall for your restorative pose. So good to do. Again, if you're a runner, or you do a lot of walking, such a great inversion to do. The way that you do it at a couch, and mine is gonna be extra special because I have 3 little doggies here with me. So you guys are gonna share your space with me. I just need you to scooch you over a little closer together. So here's how it looks, you guys. You might need one pillow just for under your head. You just swing your feet up so that the bend in your knees, can you see the 2 of these guys are Chihuahua mixes. They love to snuggle. So your feet are up, the knees are at the bend in your couch, and then you just lie down on your back. And this is your restorative legs up the couch pose. Your hands can rest on your stomach. Your eyes can close. And then I want you to just bring conscious awareness to where your hands are. And the breath is coming into your belly. You'll feel the belly rise on the inhale. And as you exhale, you'll feel your hands floating back down and all of the tension releasing with your exhalation. And we're just going to stay here for about 60 seconds. And again, the intention is just to hold space, everyone together, consciously, intentionally, slowing down and breathing and allowing ourselves to be restored and renewed. Just 3 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Deeply and fully. and exhale. Again, if this pose feels amazing for you and you want to stay here a little bit longer, this is your practice. You do you. Otherwise, you can carefully get yourself out of that and make your way back to your mat. So we're just going to finish up with one more breathing exercise. And I really just want to invite you to connect with your parasympathetic nervous system. You can sit back up on your pillows if you want to. And the parasympathetic nervous system is in charge of rest and digestion and recovery. And so often when we're in a stressed, anxious space, which many of us are, we're in the sympathetic nervous system, that go, 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 that rush, that fight or flight. And it's not a healthy place. The sympathetic nervous system is amazing when you actually are in danger, but we don't want to stay in that state. We want to give ourselves permission to slow down and invite that peace, and hopefully give yourself a little more time for a hot bath or a longer night's sleep, unplugging from social media, turning off the news, those sorts of things that will allow you to just be present, right? Get out in nature a little bit more, walk dogs. That always makes me happy and calms me and allows me to be into my parasympathetic nervous system. So I want you to once again just rest your hands on your knees, turn your palms to face up, draw your thumb and index finger together to touch, and just take a couple nice deep breaths. Now I'm going to read to you some of the words that my group, my in-person yoga group, have chosen for this year. And what I love about this is that we're all on this journey together, and you're choosing these words, and we're all part of a positive ripple effect. So just close your eyes and just take some of this in. These are some of the words that people have chosen. Okay, beginning with faith, light, beauty, content, dawn, believe, acceptance, commitment, release, intentional, insight, indomitable, up and up, deliberate, listen, and trust. Go ahead and draw your hands together, right hand on your heart and then left hand on top of it. So right hand on your heart, left hand on top. And just take a moment to once again reflect on your word, your intention, your why, and how that can carry over, not just for you, which of course we must start with ourselves as we talked about, but how that can carry over as a positive ripple effect into the world. So just take a moment to reflect and breathe. And I would encourage you continue as much as possible during this winter season to continue on this theme of renewing and reflecting and recharging. And I use the word Chillpower. That's a made-up word that I made up years ago, but there is definitely power in chill. And I would encourage you all to do that more and more. I'm going to read to you. That's it for our little practice tonight. There are hundreds more videos on the channel if you're looking for something a little bit more energizing and invigorating. There are literally hundreds, so feel free to move on and do a little bit more. But I just really wanted to hold space for us to slow down and stretch and breathe a little bit. So a few quotes from my book about self-care for warriors, and we are all warriors, right? So we have to recharge our batteries so that we can be strong, so that we can do good things in the world. And like I said, just with these examples, I have 4 rescue dogs here, and Petey, the newest addition as of yesterday. If I don't take care of myself, I can't show up for other living beings, my family, my loved ones. I'm no good when I'm down with a migraine or sick with the flu, which I was a few weeks ago. So please continue to practice your self-care. It is literally the opposite of selfish, so that you can be there for others. Okay, a few quotes. I have come to believe that caring for myself is not self-indulgent. Caring for myself is an act of survival. Again, just what I was just talking about. The second one is, it's very important that we relearn the art of resting and relaxing. Not only does it help prevent the onset of many illnesses that develop through chronic tension and worrying, it allows us to clear our minds and focus and find creative solutions to problems. And then the third and final one, rest and self-care are so important. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve from the overflow. You simply cannot serve from an empty vessel. Again, yes to all of that. If your cup is empty, you got nothing to give from. And what if your cup was so full that it was like spilling over? That's that last quote by Eleanor Brown, which is just so beautiful. So thank you again all so much. We can definitely do this again soon. This is just, because of the snowstorm, but it is really fun to connect with you virtually. Again, I have hundreds of videos on the channel. Feel free to do those anytime that you like. And if you have any requests for a future soon video, just send me a note and I'm happy to do that. So I don't want to wake Petey back up because he's sound asleep. But, and Louie, actually, you know what? We can give them all a treat. That'll get them all up and out without me having to nudge them. Come here, you guys. But I didn't mention that Petey's deaf, so he can't hear me, but he sees the other dogs coming. Anybody want a cookie? Come here. Anybody want a cookie? Can you show everyone how you learn sit? He learned sign language, so this is sit. Good sit. Good sit, buddy. And this is Louie, who also came from the same shelter, and Leo. And the only girl now is Luna. Good job, you guys. Very good. All right. Here, Petey. Let's say goodbye to everybody. You want to say goodbye? Yeah, you can have that treat. Take it. Okay. All right. Bye, you guys. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you again soon.